What is up, bros and broettes? I am Inkslasher and welcome to a brand new series on my channel. This series is going to look at the evolution of Call of Duty, whether that's a game mode like Search and Destroy, a specific weapon, or maybe even a map. Today, we are looking at Search and Destroy. And what we're going to do today is go through every single Call of Duty game, starting with Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and look at the individual details of Search and Destroy in that game. Many things have changed throughout history in Call of Duty, specifically in Search and Destroy, whether it be the way the bomb looks, whether it be the time of the rounds, or the bomb plant times. Many things have changed, and that's what we are going to be looking at today. And if you have any ideas for future videos like this, let me know what you would like to see down in the comments below. But let's start by looking at Call of Duty 4. So just to be clear, Search and Destroy did not originate in Call of Duty 4. Search and Destroy has been in Call of Duty from the very beginning. We're just starting at Call of Duty 4 because that is when it was massively popularized. Search is one of the only game modes in Call of Duty where one team is at a disadvantage. The team that is attacking has to take a bomb, plant it at an objective, and keep it safe until it explodes, whereas the opposing team simply has to defend that objective. In Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, to win a game of Search and Destroy, you had to win a total of 4 rounds. What's interesting is one of the only things that have changed from Call of Duty 4 to Modern Warfare Remastered is that in Call of Duty 4, you would only switch sides after 3 rounds once you hit halftime, whereas in Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, you switch sides after every single round. So for example, in Call of Duty 4, you would defend for 3 rounds, and then attack for 3 rounds, and then overtime, whichever team had the most kills would be defending. In Call of Duty 4, each round was 2 minutes and 30 seconds long, or 150 seconds total. Once you were at the bomb, it would then take 5 seconds to actually plant the bomb, then the bomb fuse would last 45 seconds. Once the enemy team tried to defuse it, it would only take 5 seconds to then defuse. Call of Duty 4 was the first time we ever saw the briefcase bomb in a Call of Duty game. The briefcase bomb was basically a briefcase with a cell phone in it attached to a bunch of different pipe bombs. To arm the bomb, you would then press the buttons on the cell phone. Then came Call of Duty World at War, and to be completely honest, not much changed in World at War. The rounds were still 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and you still switch sides after every 3 rounds. Really, the only things that did change were the aesthetics. The bomb plant site looked kind of more like big duffel bags, and the bomb you planted kind of looked like C4 with a wind-up RC car key in the side of it. To plant the bomb, you would simply turn the key a few times, and after 5 seconds, the bomb would be planted. Other than that though, the game of Search and Destroy was exactly the same as it was in Call of Duty 4. When Modern Warfare 2 came around, really nothing changed in Search and Destroy rule-wise. However, the way the game played did change drastically. The first thing that changed it was multiple score streaks. Players could now choose between different score streaks, and some of which didn't even exist before, like counter UAVs and care packages, which were pretty easy to get in Search and Destroy. The other thing that changed was riot shields were added in, which drastically changed the way that Search and Destroy was played. However, the only other thing that looked different was the bomb. Once again, we were back to the briefcase bomb. However, this one was a little bit more heavy duty. This one was packed with C4, a battery, and a little bit of a mini computer that almost looked like a calculator instead of a cell phone. When Black Ops 1 came around, still no rules were really changed in Search and Destroy, but 2 pieces of equipment were added that really changed the way it was played. The first of which was a motion sensor, a piece of equipment that you could put down that basically act like your own mini UAV. The other was motion cameras. Basically, you could put this at any bomb site and you could see thermal-wise whether there was an enemy there or whether there wasn't, making it so you could sit on the other side of the map and still know whether the enemy team was planting or not. Aesthetically, the bomb looked very similar to Modern Warfare 2, the hard shell case with the buttons you could press inside. 2 of the major differences though were in the top of the briefcase where you could see the radio and these kind of 2 chemicals, a red one and a blue one, which kind of made it look more as if it was a chemical bomb than just C4. Modern Warfare 3, the top selling Call of Duty game of all time, and arguably one of the worst variations of Search and Destroy ever. Not because it was any different than Modern Warfare 2, but rather some of the things in the game completely broke market. A couple of the pro perks made it so you could pretty much constantly see where the enemies were on the minimap, and another thing, the support strike packages in this game, which were basically kill streaks that would keep on building up even after you died, which made it incredibly easy to get UAVs and counter UAVs in Search and Destroy. On top of that, and in my opinion the most interesting thing, is that in this Call of Duty game they did not change anything aesthetically. If you look at this Search and Destroy bomb compared to the Modern Warfare 2 Search and Destroy bomb, they are exactly the same. And then we reach the first major change of Search and Destroy. In Black Ops 2, they finally made a change to the rules. Now, it's not a big one, pretty much everything is the same, but the one thing they did change is the length of time a round is. Before, it was 2 minutes and 30 seconds, or total of 150 seconds. Now, in Black Ops 2, it's 2 minutes flat, or 120 seconds. By reducing the length of a round by 30 seconds, what they did is give players less time to camp, speeding up the rounds, and speeding up Search and Destroy as a game mode as a whole. As far as how the bomb looked, this is the first game where the bomb looked a little bit futuristic. Down in the bottom right hand side, the number pad looked more like a computer screen, and there was even a fingerprint scanner. On the top left, you can see a computer screen itself that says decrypting, and on the top right, you can see a little sticky note that says cut the red wire with the red crossed out. Then we went to the next generation of consoles with Call of Duty Ghost, and as we went to the next generation, the rules of Search and Destroy actually reversed. The time of a Search and Destroy round went from 2 minutes back to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. The rules were exactly the same as every other COD game before, other than Black Ops 2. Visually, the bomb plant sites were now little missiles, and the bomb itself looked almost more like a laptop, where the whole top of the briefcase was now like a laptop screen. And then there was Sledgehammer Games. They came in and made Advanced Warfare, and as far as Search and Destroy went, they pretty much changed everything. The round length, instead of 2 minutes and 30 seconds, was dropped down to 1.5 minutes, or 90 seconds. The bomb plant time was still 5 seconds, however the defuse time was brought up to 7.5 seconds. The bomb fuse was still 45 seconds, but the biggest change of all was in the overall rounds. No longer was it a best of 7 series, but rather a best of 11. Where they made the rounds shorter, they made the games much longer by adding in more rounds. And the biggest balance change of them all was that instead of waiting till halftime to switch sides, you would switch sides after every single round. This is what we're used to now in Call of Duty, and it makes it much more balanced. Because before, let's say you were attacking for the first 3 rounds, attacking is generally much more difficult. That would put you at a disadvantage going into the 4th round, as the other team would only have to win 1 round on the hard side, as you would have had to win 3. Therefore, by switching sides after every round, made Search and Destroy a lot more balanced of a game mode. Another big change to Search and Destroy was simply the use of exosuits. This was the first game where boost jumps were actually able to be used in Call of Duty. Also, the aesthetics of the bomb were insanely different. No longer was it a briefcase, it was this circular thing where there were buttons around your thumb that you would press. This is the only game where this weird looking bomb is present, unless it's going to be that way in Call of Duty World War II, Sledgehammer's next game. Black Ops 3 was once again not afraid of flipping the scripts. Basically, they changed it back to the way it was played in Black Ops 2. Once again, it was no longer a best of 11 series, but a best of 7 series. The round limit was changed back down to 2 minutes instead of 1 minute and 30 seconds. Albeit that's still shorter than the original 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the older Call of Duty games. And once again, they reduced the defuse time to 5 seconds instead of Sledgehammer's 7.5 seconds. As far as the bomb goes, they did switch it back to the briefcase bomb and the classic bomb sight that we've seen in many Call of Duty games before. That being said, the briefcase itself does look much more futuristic than pretty much any other bomb we've seen before. And then we have our present Call of Duty game, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, and it turns out the rules in Infinite Warfare are exactly the same as Black Ops 3. It's a best of 7 rounds, and the time limit is 2 minutes. As far as the look of the bomb, we are once again looking at a briefcase bomb that kind of looks like it has a mini laptop inside of it, but to me, this bomb looks actually less futuristic than Black Ops 3's bomb did. Overall, throughout the history of Call of Duty, we've seen many changes in Search and Destroy. The length of time it's played for, the amount of rounds it's played for, but I think my favorite thing to look at out of any of them is the differences between the bombs. It's crazy crazy to see how they change between games and developers, and I really like to see where we've came from and where we are now. But that's all I have to say about Search and Destroy. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more like this one, the way to show me is by hitting that like button. This video took a ton of effort, so if you did enjoy it, it would really be appreciated if you did hit that like button. Also, if you're new to the channel and like what you see here, you can always hit that subscribe button. I upload new Call of Duty videos every single day of the week, so if you're interested in that, that subscribe button is sitting there with your name on it. And also, if you did enjoy this video and want to see a future one, let me know what the next one you want me to look into is. Is it a game mode? Is it a weapon? Let me know down in the comments below. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.
Listen.